Huzzah, everybody! Welcome to the 8th episode of Season 2 of C.A.M.P.S. If you have not checked out the rest of Season 2 of C.A.M.P.S, please do go and do that. You'll be able to find a playlist on my channel or in an annotation. Plus, also check out Season 1 of C.A.M.P.S as well. But before all of that, please do me the honour of, in the bottom corner, just kissing that little subscribe button and turn on the bell notification. And if you don't, I'll find you. And I'll give you a big old kiss on the cheek. But it's time to get into the camps today after being a weirdo like that. And we're kicking it off with Home Sweet Hilltop, belonging to Homlington, who... It's not actually Homlington, by the way, because that's not someone's name. I'm just too much of a klutz and forgot to record their name like a putz. So, Home Sweet Home that belongs to Homlington, or should I say Home Sweet Hilltop. I love the design of this camp, okay? It's beautiful. It's very 60s, which, funnily enough, I've come to realise that Fallout is not set in the 40s and 50s, but is indeed set in the 60s, which is hilarious. But very 60s aesthetic, semi-detached or detached, depending on how you want to go, 50s home, slash small bungalow style thing, even though bungalows only have one floor. I will say that your farm that was down there, very clunky. I would do my best to try and rearrange it to make it smoother. But it's, you know, it works, it functions, it's sexy. You have a very simplistic design, but it works, okay? Simple designs normally tend to do better than overcomplicated designs, which we might see later on in the video. But on the interior, you have great decoration, okay? It fits, it works, it makes me want to twerk, though I cannot twerk, but I've got the ass for it. So, the mystery thing for the mystery women, who's, like, they call the garb of mystery or something, I can't remember, that made me giggle, okay? I love when people incorporate the actual world into their builds, and it's nice to see you're actually using the stuff. It's like, what, the blade of Basset or something like that, and the pistol of Pew Pew. It's very nice, okay? I love it. I especially like your Nuka-Cola bottles, but I don't see anything that, and I'm probably blind, but I'm pretty sure you missed out the one from the main story, you know, the one that you craft with your blood. If you do have it, and I'm just putz for missing it, well done. If you don't, I have one. If this is your camp, get in touch. I will give you one. It's, I can't remember. It's Nuke Scorched, that's it. So I'll give you one to put in your stash. But the place above, which I guess would be your guest room, up here, very nice, okay? It's functional. Everything in this house is functional, but this, it really gets across the point of it's like, turn up, rest, do your stuff, check out my bobblehead collection, check out my comic book collection. You need to get anything out of your stash, get something out of your stash, mate, then bugger on off through this door and come into my crafting area. Which, I will say, yeah, you could probably redo the back area out here or maybe incorporate it better into the design of the house. It's a little bit clunky. Clunky is kind of my new word to say. It's a little bit clunky, okay? So maybe don't make it clunky and make it more clunky. And it works, okay? Overall, your design was an 8, your layout was an 8, which gives you an 8 overall. It's a thumbs up, Homlington. And if you know who Homlington is, or you are Homlington, let me know. However, we get to go on to... Sorry, I love people with stupid names and funky names. That Juicy Pickle. Now, that Juicy Pickle has brought to me a modern home that they have constructed. It's very modern. Oh, yeah, it's very modern. And I will say this, okay, it's an interesting design. You have a cute vendor hall, giggity, no pun intended, no innuendo intended. And I will say this, the indoor gardens that you have, that you've actually made with the trees just on the right and the left there, which have the little white string stuff on them, that's nice, okay, especially your magical teleporting beaver, apparently. Giggity, no innuendo intended on that one either. But you have an overuse of poles, and I understand why you have an overuse of poles. These poles have become a thing that people love to use because a lot of people are starting to build 50s/60s modern homes, which I appreciate. But I don't think some people do the research into realising that the poles were mainly on the exterior of the house, not really on the interior of the house, because a house requires walls. That's the only thing I had a problem with. There was not enough walls on this. Plus, it's kind of lacking in decor, especially on the walls, some decoration right there. And there's a little bit of wasted space in the kitchen, with the bar being so far away from the actual kitchen itself. I would probably double-side that and make it a proper bar or a breakfast nook. But you have a good crafting corner as well, okay? So overall, it's a good house, okay? I gave you a 7 for your design and a 6 for your layout, which technically brings you down to a 6, but it's like a 6 plus, okay? You're really close to a 7, okay? That Juicy Pickle, you're really close. just maybe fix a few things. But finally, the final one comes down to the man who can see in the dark with his weird funky eyes and is responsible for not only the longest runway in universe history, but also the longest potential plane crash in like history. Yes, it's Riddick. It is Vin Diesel himself. It's not actually Vin Diesel, but it's a guy called Riddick, who I must tip my hat, okay? You have done something very nice. You have actually managed to build a proper 60s style American home in design. It's very beautiful. As someone who has put probably over 30 to 40 hours into actually researching, designing, and like making as many one-to-one recreations of these homes as I possibly can, the exterior is very nice. However, the interior is lacking a little bit. So, it is a classic American design. I love it. It's beautiful. It's got a nice garden, and that post box made me giggle. However, it is cramped as hell. Okay, you walked into that front room, and that was not a front room. That was a front cell. Okay, I understand that you probably you're focusing on some areas more, like your staircase and all that kind of stuff in your balcony. I wouldn't. I would try and incorporate more of an actual design into it than this kind of cramped. It's very cramped, is what I'm getting. It feels good, okay. But, well, it feels great, but it looks good if you kind of catch my drift. It's almost there, okay. It might be a little bit too big. I don't know what you had a problem with. But the design is great, okay? Maybe merge some of the rooms together. The decoration's very nice, okay? Maybe make it a little bit bigger. But your design is an 8, and your layout is a 5, which technically gives you a 6, okay? But that's like a 6 minus on that one. There was so much about this one that could have been made better, which is why the thumbs up is lasting so long. But overall, I think you did a really good kind of thing for it. I would just really focus more on the rooms. They were too cramped. That's my big issue with it. So it's a thumbs up, but it's like a work on it thumbs up. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is that. We have managed to get through those camps, and they're all nice. Okay, they all managed it, but some could be improved over others. But there we go. Those are the camps. I hope you enjoyed the camps. Remember, if you want me to come check out a camp and you're on PS4, I will gladly pop on by. I have a growing list. If you're on PC or Xbox, you can email me one to the email on my channel homepage. But apart from that, you guys know the drill. Like, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, stay awesome.